Hello, and welcome to our channel. Today we'll be looking at the biggest Powerball winners and where they are today. Maureen Smith and David Koch, John Robinson, Marvin and May Acosta, $1.586 billion. 3 tickets, Florida, Tennessee, California. The $1.586 billion lottery ticket winner was one of the largest winning tickets to have ever been produced by Powerball. The jackpot was split into 3 tickets. The first ticket was won by the Robinsons, a family from Tennessee that opted to take a lump sum. The second ticket was won by Maureen Smith and David Koch from Florida, who planned to spend the money in luxury and then retire to enjoy their new wealth. And the last ticket was won by Marvin and May Acosta, who took an agonizing 6 months before claiming their win. But when they did, they came with a team of financial advisors and lawyers. All the winners settled with the one-time payment of $327.8 million. Manuel Franco, $768.4 million, from Wisconsin. Manuel Franco, a resident from Wisconsin, won the $786.4 million Powerball jackpot, an amount that has been established to be the third largest in the U.S. history. Interestingly is that Manuel managed to remain calm after knowing he had won and even went to work normally the following day. He settled for the lump sum and took home up to $477 million before taxes. He said that people are going to see him as a rich person, but he's planning to live his life as normal as he possibly can. Mavis Wanzik, $758.7 million, from Massachusetts. The winner of the $758.7 million was one Mavis Wanzik, who initially lived in a 2-bedroom apartment in Massachusetts. On August 23, 2017, Mavis became the second largest U.S. Powerball winner. She chose the winning numbers randomly. 2 were birth dates, and she also chose the number 4, a number that she uses to play Keno. After winning, Mavis quit her job at the Mercy Medical Center, and she's currently living in a large house in Massachusetts and drives a Ram 1500 truck. Power Pack, $731.1 million, from Maryland. The $731.1 million won in Maryland happens to be the largest lottery ticket ever won in the region. The winners chose to remain anonymous, but nicknamed themselves the Power Pack. They also chose to settle with a lump sum payment totaling $366.6 million after the federal and state tax deductions. What's even more surprising is that they took up to 4 months before coming out, and later told the lottery officials that they were not going to change their lives, but will instead invest their money. Scott Godfrey, $699.8 million, from California. On the 5th of October 2021, a $699.8 million Powerball lottery ticket was won from a California grocery store. Godfrey had purchased the winning ticket the night before it was televised on TV. And when he saw the grocery store he had visited the previous night on TV, that's when he decided to check if he had won. The winning ticket was the 7th largest jackpot in lottery history. Godfrey opted for a lump sum payout. Thus, he took home up to $496 million in exemption of the federal taxes. And on how he was going to spend the money, Scott channeled some amount to a foundation for charitable work. Learn West and Robert Bailey, $687.8 million, from Iowa and New York. 2 winners came forward to claim the $687.8 million winning Powerball lottery prize ticket. The total sum of the cash payout had been set at $396.2 million, where each of the winners would take home up to $198.1 million. One of the winners was Miss Learn West, a single mother who had bought the ticket in the small Iowa community of Redfield. After winning, she immediately retired from the health insurance organization that she worked for. Robert Bailey was the second winner, who resided in New York. The 67-year-old federal government retired employee said the magic numbers had been passed over to him by a relative over 25 years ago. So, he settled for a lump sum payout of up to $198 million. His plans were to get a farm for his mother, and he was also planning on traveling for leisure. Mary Holmes, $564.1 million, from North Carolina. Mary Holmes won $127 million, which was a third of the $564.1 Powerball jackpot. The hardworking mom planned to spend the money on her kids and sponsor her college education. She also planned on using the money to settle her family and her mother into new houses. And out of the goodness of her heart, she also donated some of her winnings to the Pleasant Hill Missionary Baptist Church. Besides the huge amount donated, the church went ahead and sued Miss Holmes for more money. Then things began to spiral out of control as she also had to bail her boyfriend out of jail several times. Despite the misfortunes, Mary still had her foundation that she had earlier on established to cater to underprivileged children. Raymond Buxton, $425 million, California. Having tried his luck for 2 straight decades, Raymond Buxton finally won the Powerball jackpot, taking home up to $425 million. Raymond's win was the biggest in the history of the US and the biggest jackpot in California. He settled for a lump sum payment of $242.2 million, the taxes not deducted. Raymond did not come out immediately after realizing he had won, simply because he wanted to maintain his privacy. When he finally came out, he was surrounded by lawyers and financial advisors. Most of his winnings were channeled to charity, a job that he groomed up after winning the lottery. His specialty was child hunger, education, and pediatric health. Tammy and Cliff Webster, $316.3 million, Oneida Brown County. A married older couple from Oneida Brown County bagged the $316.3 million Powerball jackpot. The ticket was sold in Green Bay. The winners decided to settle with the cash option, so they took home up to $225.1 million before taxes, and $153.9 million after both the federal and state deductions. The couple did not disclose what they intend to do with the money, but given the tough economic times, the win came just in time on the 7th of February 2022. Thus, we can say that they are financially future-proofed. Brad Duke, $220 million, New York. While $220 million might seem like a lot of money, it wasn't for one Brad Duke, who was already a successful entrepreneur prior to winning up to $220 million in a Powerball jackpot. He opted to take his money in a lump sum, paid the relevant taxes, and remained with up to $86 million. He did not quit his job like most lottery winners. Instead, he continued working. His initial objective was to achieve a billionaire status, a thing that would have taken up to 15 years. And while the 15 years are already up, Duke has more than doubled his lottery winnings and considers becoming a billionaire a lifelong journey. Paul and Sue Rosenow, $181.2 million. Having lived a satisfying married life, Paul and Sue Rosenow were not over their heads after winning up to $182.2 million in a Powerball jackpot. The winning ticket had been bought on the day of the 5th anniversary of their granddaughter, who had died of a rare and incurable disease. The couple therefore decided to channel their winnings into a worthy cause. They sponsored research dedicated to finding treatment and cures to a couple of rare diseases. They were also the force behind the Legacy of Angels organization. Cynthia P Stafford, $112 million. Cynthia Stafford was a single mother to her dead brother's 5 children, while also caring for her dad financially. She had a tough life and even struggled with her bills. She then started dreaming of winning a huge lottery jackpot, and her dream came true in 2007 when she won the lotto, and in the exact numbers that she had dreamt of, $112 million. The amount enabled her to pull her family out of financial crisis. She also invested in her passion. She started a film company that enabled her to realize her dream to the law of attraction and prayer. Les Robbins, $111 million, New York. Les Robbins was a passionate teacher. To him, this job was not just about getting the kids to pass their exams, but also to ensure that they enjoy every moment. So in terms of extracurricular activities, having won up to $111 million from a Powerball jackpot lotto, he bought an expensive piece of land and created a camp. The low-cost camp incorporated various fun equipment that enabled kids to enjoy life away from school, video games, and phones. Jonathan Vargas, $35.3 million, Florida. Jonathan Vargas won a Powerball jackpot up to $35.3 million. And the first thing that came to the ambitious young man's mind was to double the money. So he went ahead and started his own wrestling TV show. Unfortunately, the show was canceled after 1 season, a move that left him bankrupt. The silver lining, however, is that Vargas was mindful enough to build his mom a house before losing the rest of his lotto winnings. David Lee Edwards, $27 million, Kentucky. From the 4 walls of a prison to becoming a millionaire, David Lee Edwards had his dreams come true after he won the Powerball jackpot of $27 million back in 2001. Having lived a tough life, the Kentucky millionaire immediately spoiled himself with the best things that life could offer, including an unspecified number of cars, a house, medieval armor, and weapons. He also invested in racing horses and had a collection of private jets. He seriously mismanaged his winnings, though, and went broke just as quickly. David Lee Edwards died in the midst of his fecal matter alone. Thanks for watching, and make sure you hit the thumbs up button and subscribe to our channel. Also, let us know which other topic you'd like us to discuss in the comments section below. Thanks for watching.